In this video, we are going to learn how to divide a polynomial by another polynomial. So let's think about this example. So we have 2x cubed minus 8x squared plus 9x minus 2. And we want to think about how to divide this with x minus 2. So what we do have over here are two polynomials of varying degrees. The highest degree in the numerator is 3 and the highest degree of the polynomial in the denominator is 1. Right, so we are going to think about our regular division and see how that applies to dividing polynomials here. So I'm going to rewrite this over here. 2x cubed minus 8x squared plus 9x minus 2. So let's start thinking about the first term of both of our polynomials. So we have a dividend, which is 2x cubed, and we have a divisor with the first term being x. So what I want to think about is what to multiply x with so that I get 2x cubed, so that it completely goes into the other. So how do I make x into 2x cubed? So the coefficient part is easy. I know if I multiply 2 with 1x, it's going to give me 2x. I have transformed the coefficient from 1 to 2, but I also need to think about the degree here. So the degree over here that I want is 3, but over here I have 1. So what do I need to multiply 2 with to get 2x cubed? So I'm going to try 2x. If I multiply 2x with 1x, that's going to give me 2x squared. So I'm still short of 1. So I'm going to multiply 2x squared with 1x, which is going to give me 2x cubed. And this is how I'm going to think about making the terms of the divisor compatible with the terms of dividend, right? So I'm just going to erase all of this. And the first term of my quotient is going to be 2x squared. So when this and this multiplies, it gives me 2x cubed. And since I have my first term of the quotient, I'm going to take now my second term of the divisor and also multiply it with the first term, which is 2x squared. And that's going to give me minus 4x squared. Now, just like in regular division, we are going to subtract all of this, and then and that's why I'm putting the bracket over there, so that I know this minus is with both the terms. Okay, so we have this, and now we need to carry out subtraction. So this is going to cancel out, and this negative with this negative is going to be positive. My result is going to be negative 4x squared, and I'm going to copy the remaining terms alongside. So this is where I am now. Now I'm going to repeat the same process, which is going to get me to my next term of the quotient. So I have negative 4x squared. So I'm going to think about, let me change the color. So now I'm going to think about x and the first term, which is negative 4x squared. And similar to what I was thinking earlier, I'm going to see what needs to multiply with x so that I get negative 4x squared. And I'm going to, again, coefficient is easy. I'm going to do minus 4, and the degree has to be 2. X I already have, so I'm going to go for negative 4x. When I multiply this, I would get negative 4x squared, and then I'm going to go to the second term, which is going to give me 8x. I will subtract all of this and write my terms, x minus 2. So here we are approaching the end, and now it's quite simple to see what I have. So we have x minus 2 here, and we have x minus 2, and I'm going to think about what should x be multiplied with to get x, and that should come automatically. I should go for a 1. So x into 1 is going to give me x, and minus 2 into 1 is going to give me 2 minus, and this will cancel out, and I would get 0 as my resultant. Okay, let's look at another example. So here again we have one polynomial in the numerator and one in the denominator, and again they are of varying degrees. But what if we look at this one closely, we'll see that the dividend, which is the numerator, doesn't have a second degree term. So we have 3 and then we have 1 over here. So in such a case, it is useful to use placeholders so that we do our subtraction correctly. What I mean by that is that when I go in to divide this with the denominator, which is 2t plus 1, I am going to copy all the terms of my dividend one by one. I start from 80 cube, but since I don't have the second degree term, I'm going to use 0 as the placeholder. And then I'm going to write 14t and then lastly 8. This will ensure that when I'm subtracting along the division process, I am not missing terms and I'm not making errors. And now I'm going to write my divisor here and I'm going to proceed with long division. So since we've already seen earlier, the goal is to make the first term of my divisor exactly the first term of my dividend, right? So if I have 2t, what do I need to multiply 2t with so that I get 8t cube? So let's think about the coefficient. So 2t multiplied with what would give me 8t cube. So I'm going to write 4t square over here. And so this means this is my first term of the quotient. I will bring it here and write the result here. Then I go to the second term of my divisor, which is 1, and multiply these two, and we'll write that below my placeholder. And now we know we subtract all of this to get the resultant and to continue the division. This will be minus 4t square plus 14t plus 8. Now again I have negative 4t square and I have 2t, and what do I multiply 2t to get to negative 4t square? Since I need a negative term, I have a positive term in the divisor. So I'm going to have the coefficient as negative 2 times t, because when 2t will get multiplied with negative 2t, it will give me negative 4t square, and then the second term is going to be negative 2t. Again, subtracting all of this would cancel out, and this is going to give me 16t, and then 8 comes down. And this now gets fairly simple because I'm looking at 2t and I'm looking at 16t. So the degree is fine, but I do need to do something to 2t to get to 16t. 2 times 8 is going to give me 16. So I'm going to have the last term of my quotient as 8 and write the result of multiplication. That's going to be 16t plus 8. Everything gets subtracted and I get 0.